Sigh. Did Scientology have the regular over-the-top events in such large venues before Miscavige took control? No, they did not. In fact, Hubbard actually wrote policy that these kinds of regular events that would be happening all the time, 7, 8 times a year, I think it is now, and then getting everybody together. He said that was a dumb idea. He was not down with that. I don't think he even knew. Well, they only really started doing these bigger events after Hubbard died. But I was told, and I recall that it's reflected in the policies that not be done because it's so disruptive to the organizations and to the regular flow of, hey, let's get people in here, let's get them serviced, and let's push them on up the line and get them up the bridge to total freedom, right? But that's not the priority in Scientology anymore. So, of course, Miscavige holds these Nuremberg rallies, as Mike Rinder likes to call them, and that is what they're like, by the way. So that he can feel the adoration of all of these people in this room who are all but revering and worshiping him, and thunderous applause on every pronouncement, and you get 2 or 3 hours of this, and he rehearses for days on these speeches, and I've seen him do it, and he just loves these events, and they serve a number of functions because they keep Scientologists indoctrinated. I was going to say informed, but really, no, it's actually indoctrinated in the latest lies and nonsense that he's piling onto them in these events about how the statistics are going up, 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 and they don't ever show you how much they're going up. They don't put numbers on the graphs anymore. They just show these graphs, these lines all going expansion, and they get to, pull off some PR videos that show how wonderful Scientology is doing in Colombia or Venezuela or India or someplace not around where you are, right? That's the whole point of these videos is they go shoot stuff in some distant land, and Scientologists here in the States are like, or some Hickville place that nobody ever goes to, right? And where they're doing disaster relief or something like that, and all the Scientologists are like, oh my God, it's so amazing. All the good work that we're doing, and look at how we're all over the world. We're so international. It's so amazing. And here, take my money, please. This, because clearly you guys are doing so much good. That's the desired product of these events. And almost every one of them used to be. I'm told they're toning this down now. That's what I'm reading on the bunker. But it used to be that every one of these events was supposed to at least pay for itself. And they were supposed to, through the donations of the public after the events. And I'll tell you, in Los Angeles, one event at the Shrine Auditorium, between setup costs and renting the hall and everything, it came out to about $70,000 to $100,000 just for one event. And all the local organizations had to pony up for that. That wasn't paid for by international management. That was paid for by the local orgs. And then Miscavige and all them would come down, do the event, and then they would have some kind of new release, some new book or repackaged tapes or lectures or whatever, and they were supposed to sell enough to make back the money that they had spent, at least that. And we had sales quotas and all this stuff, and that's how almost every one of these events would go. So it would be this high pressure, high intensity sales drills after the event to get people to buy things. And we were literally just boldly going up to people and saying, cash or credit, handing them a bag of merch, here's the latest release, cash or credit, and that was kind of how those events came out. But Hubbard never directed for any of that to get done. That was all Miscavige's brainchild.